What's going on with Stu and Hades right now is possibly the most unnecessary drama we've seen in the raid community. It is so nothing that has been blown up into such a big thing so unnecessarily. And it's very frustrating. I'm very frustrated on behalf of Hell Hades that he has to deal with this type of shit periodically, that he has to get targeted because he's the biggest. And that's where the most gain is to be had, right? And this is kind of an uncomfortable video for me to make, if I'm going to be honest, because Stu and I have always gotten along fine. I'm close with people who Stu has not gotten along with fine. Stu is no stranger to some YouTube drama and run-ins with other creators. As far as Stu and I are concerned personally, though, we've always gotten along really well. So I don't want this to come across like I'm just trying to dunk on him or pile on or anything like that, but I do think he's wrong on this one. I think he's wrong. I think he went about it wrong. I think, and I want to talk about it publicly because I think there's some important things to be said here. So again, this is not like an attempt to dunk on or add on to whatever may be going on right now with him. I haven't really checked in on anybody's channels to see what kinds of comments are being left or anything, but it's not an attempt. I'm just going to talk about the parts of this that I think are a problem and what I think is correct. I think it's pretty clear at this point Hell Hades is not a bad dude. If he was a bad dude, we'd know it by now. You know what I mean? If any of us were legitimately bad people, you'd know it by now. We spend too much time in front of this camera. We spend too much time live streaming and doing all these things for there to not be some sort of indication that we're problematic or that we're doing shady shit. Now, I'll say you have to be real careful about what you think you know about a content creator and what you think your relationship is with that content creator. You just have to be careful about that. But I do know Hell Hades beyond the screen. I've had a good amount of time with him off camera. We've spoken quite a bit. I've had good exposure to him. I've watched how he's conducted himself with me and with other people, and there's nothing to indicate that he is a shady or bad dude. Quite the contrary, actually. I think he's a pretty stand-up guy. I think he's a good guy. I think he seems to always mean well. He could be doing so many more things to be milking people for money. He could be doing so much shady shit and getting away with it if he wanted to, that he's not doing. So to take something as simple as him not checking the ad box when he has an affiliate link in his video, which most of us don't do anyway, and blowing it up into this big thing and doing all this virtue signaling about I just want him to do the right thing and I just want you guys to know, in your returning to raid video is real suspicious, man. That is not a good look to make an I'm coming back to raid video and have drama in all caps in the first few words of it. Why does that have to be what you bring back to raid? Why is that how you got to come back to raid? Why don't you just come back to raid? You can come back to raid on your own laurels. You didn't have to do that. There's no reason, honestly, this couldn't have been a DM to Hell Hades. Hey man, how come you don't check that ad box? Because you clearly think he should be checking it. He doesn't think he should be checking it. You guys have a conversation about it long enough, you're going to find your way to what's correct. And one of you is going to learn something, and that'll be the end of it. But to make a video calling his character into question and acting like he's trying to manipulate people and take advantage of his viewers is such a crazy, dangerous, harmful claim that's going to cause him such a headache for at least the next few days. He's going to get more shitty comments in his videos. You know what I mean? We all get them. We all get the comments that accuse us of being greedy and manipulative and only doing things for gain and all of that. We all get them, but they're from ignorant viewers who don't know the game, who don't know us, who don't know what we're doing. You know the game. You know how these deals work. You know what's going on. You know you didn't check the ad box back in the day when you had revenue share model links either. You know Hell Hades isn't doing anything wrong, so what is this about? I don't think Stu thinks his channel's gonna blow up over this or anything, so I don't think that was the goal. but I just can't understand what the end game was here. This is so nothing. And I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated for the sake of Hell Hades. I'm frustrated that I have been asked about it. I'm frustrated that it's going on. I'm frustrated that Stu's doing it. I'm frustrated about the way it was done. It's aggravating. The whole thing's aggravating. It just should not be happening. Let's talk about the ad box real quick. The way that I've always approached the ad box, and I've never had a problem. If I have an affiliate link in my video, I don't check that box. I check that box when I've been given a certain amount of money to do a certain thing. Paid for an integration or paid for a dedicated video. That's when I check that box. If I have an affiliate link, I don't view that as the same thing. I don't view that as a paid promotion, because it's very possible that no one will click the link and I'll make $0. And then it's not a paid promotion. I view it as revenue the video is generating over time. I still think it's important to disclose that it's an affiliate link when we talk about it, because you do need that information. You need to be able to gauge the fact that there is incentive attached to that link for us, and you need to be able to weigh that against the things that we're saying and the relationship that you have with our channel and what you think about us as people. You need to be able to weigh all of that together to decide if you want to engage with it or not. I do think that that's important, and all of us do it. I don't think any of us have ever tried to trick you into thinking a link wasn't going to benefit us when it would. That doesn't even make any sense. Beyond the fact that we're supposed to do it, I'm more inclined to do it because I know that I have a strong core audience that, if for no other reason than that it will support me, will click a link and check out a game or hit a landing page. You know what I mean? Even if they're not interested in it, they'll click a link strictly to support me if they know it's going to support me. I get DMs several times a week, every week. You have a link for this thing before I go check it out? People want to support the creators that they like, and we appreciate that. And we're aware of it. So there's no reason to pretend like a link isn't benefiting us, as though it's going to run people off. The idea of supporting us is going to run people who are watching our videos on purpose off. You know what I mean? It's a nutty concept to lean into anyway. So that's it. Another thing, part of the way that I think about the ad box is, if I would be making the content anyway, I don't bother with the box. If I didn't have a deal with Eternal Evolution, I would have made the exact same videos. The exact same amount, the exact same type. The only thing that would change is there would be no link in that description, and when I mention the link, I wouldn't give the spiel about the link. That is the only thing that would have changed about the content that I make for Eternal Evolution. I'm in a position where I'm fortunate enough to make content on games that I like and earn enough money from YouTube revenue alone to make a comfortable living. And then there are additional revenue sources that I've worked on over the years as well. But I make plenty from the ad revenue from Eternal Evolution. The revenue share the revenue share model is a bonus. No one's under the impression that link is going to make them rich. And it certainly wouldn't be worth trying to manipulate you guys into spending money or jeopardizing our relationship with our fan base. You know what I mean? It's such a weird accusation. If you think there's not so many better and other ways Hell Hades could be making money than to be promoting a game that he's playing 100% free to play to his audience with a revenue share model link, then you just don't know enough about how this all works. So if Stu's videos gave you something to think about, if you think that he exposed something to you that you need to feel differently about Hell Hades on, I think you need to think about it a little bit longer, because it's unwarranted. He's not doing anything wrong, and he's not doing anything Stu hasn't done multiple times before, that all of us haven't done multiple times before. Someone told me there was a comment where Stu used me as an example to like defend his point, and as though something about Jay Giggs is a real gamer, he's playing the games because he likes them. Hell Hades is only doing it for money. I've got so many problems with that. I have a problem with anyone gatekeeping what a gamer is. It's such a weird culture for people to want to gatekeep what being a gamer means. If you like games, you're a gamer. That's it. That's the end of it. I don't care what you play. It's a dumb thing to get caught up in. And yes, I do play games because I like them. I will not play a game I don't like for money. I don't think any of us are doing that. But even if they are, so what? How many of you love everything you do at your job every day? How many of you have your whole heart in everything your job entails every day? It's even if he's only playing a game because he's getting paid to play it, that still doesn't mean there's anything nefarious going on. That's up to him to decide if he feels okay with that for himself. But that in no way indicates that there's anything shady going on that you need to be concerned about. It doesn't mean his opinions are for sale, or that he would lie to you, or it's these things. Correlation doesn't equal causation. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Just because you think you can find a correlation and make some connection doesn't mean it's present. And there's a lot more evidence to support the fact that Hell Hades is not that kind of person than there is to support that he would do something like that to his viewers or peers or anyone else. So I think it's nothing, and it's frustrating that it's going on. And again, I think if it's changed your opinion of Hell Hades, you know, even Stu's smoking gun about the World War Doe thing, where Hell Hades DM'd him, presented in explicit detail the details of his deal with World War Doe, and explained he was basically just getting a headhunter's fee for any other creators that he connected them with, which is not an uncommon practice in this industry or in others. I'm sure all of you have heard of a headhunter fee. If you connect someone with someone else who strikes a deal that benefits both parties, why would you not get a kickback for that? It didn't pull money out of any of our pockets. I think my deal with World War Doe was because Hell Hades connected me with him. His deal didn't take any money out of my pocket. Extra money. And he even said in the thing, this is one of the better sponsors I've gotten, and I also really love the game. So like win-win, right? And somehow that was supposed to be the smoking gun, proving that Hell Hades only does these things for the money and not because he enjoys the game. I don't understand what's going on. It's frustrating, dude. If you wanted to come back to Raid, just come back to Raid. Why are you doing this? Why are you calling Hell Hades' character into question and doing all this virtue signaling about the right thing? It's weird. It's frustrating. So I guess that's it. I guess that's really all I have to say about it. I don't want this to turn into a really long video, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about it because, again, I am getting asked about it. And I just hope that it ends soon. This is not the fun type of YouTube drama beef that I hope goes back and forth and we get to jump in and play along with for a little bit. And you know what I mean? This is more serious shit. This is calling his character into question. This is accusing him of breaking the law. This could result in some very negative things for Stu. You know, Hell Hades is his own corporation, and he's attached to a very big corporation that has a lot of resources, and this is serious shit. So this could potentially be a much bigger problem for Stu than I think Stu wants to deal with. And Stu has a family and his own things going on. And I just really think that this is all so unnecessary and silly. And I think that it just needs to stop. So I hope that it will. I hope they'll sort it out. And if Stu wants to come back to Raid, fine. Stu can make content without doing this. Stu can make Raid videos without doing this. So that's it. That's my take on it. For anyone wondering. I hope that it ends soon. I think it's silly. I'm frustrated for the sake of Hell Hades. I'm a little aggravated with Stu about it. And I think he's wrong. So that's it. Later.